What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. So recently I took up my 5-star Sasquatch to rank 5, and this is not going to be a rank up that will help my account. This isn't going to be a rank up that's going to get me through Act 7 or Summer of Pain when it comes out. This is just a fun rank up of a champion that I really like. So there are basically two ways that you can play Sasquatch. So the first one I'm going to show you here is the long fight strategy, where you just build up a giant special 2 and finish the fight in 1. And then the second strategy I'm going to show you is just constantly entering Wrath of Tanarak and beating the opponent that way. So with this, the thing you have to remember is that you can refresh your ruptures with your special 1. So what I like to do in this phase is do medium, because every medium will place a rupture on the opponent, which actually can stack up to do some fair damage, probably in the thousands, close to 2,000 if you get up to 30, 40 of them. So it's not bad damage at all, and it's just nice to see it take over time. So this is just what you do. Basically, you keep doing 5-hit combos to build up your Rage stacks or Wrath of Tanarak stacks. I'm not really sure what they're called. And you throw your special 1 whenever you get to it, because once you enter Wrath, you're going to have a decreased power loss when you throw a special, and you're also going to have increased power gain just through your combat. So you just want to throw special 1s whenever you get them, because you don't want to accidentally push yourself up to a special 2 early and ruin the fight, because you're always going to need to refresh these ruptures with the special 1. So you can see right here, I'm just going to go throw a special 1 right immediately, because I don't want to risk building too much power, and that's all you do for the rest of the fight. So just some things I want to point out about Sasquatch as a character. He does have a okay nullify on his heavy attack. It can last for maybe 20 seconds at most. It's fairly reliable, but it's not amazing. I think he would actually be a lot better champion if that was a permanent nullify, because that would act, or permanent stagger. But that would be really nice, because then you wouldn't have to worry about it falling off, and it would just give him some utility for a champion that is generally lacking in utility. And he also has a cold snap immunity, so he can deal with Iceman or Elsa Bloodstones if you get the wrong debuff on you. So he's got some niche utility. He's just not really the powerhouse champion, but he is so fun to play, and that's why I took him up. And he does feel like powerhouse when you throw out special 2, though, but his basic hits aren't doing that much. You can see a 2,800 crit on a medium. If this was any other champion, it'd be considered noodle tier, but I'm getting ready to throw the special 2, 75k, 200k, and he was dead by then. So if both those crit, that would have been a 400 plus k special 2 from Sasquatch, which is just why I play this champion. I just like seeing big numbers, because I know he's not going to be able to do fights better than Magneto or Doctor Doom, but he's quite fun. Yeah, so this is going to be the second way to play him. This is just constantly building up to Wrath of Tanarak and throwing your special 2 whenever you can, because you're going into special spam mode. So what I like to do here is throw one special 1 so I can refresh the ruptures before I go into my crazy mode. You can see right there, I have 8 stacks of Wrath. So this means that we're getting pretty close to the next loop of just insane damage from your special attacks. You see I've entered Wrath. I'm going to throw another special 1 to refresh my ruptures. Then I'm going to build up to a special 2 using only medium combos, so I can get as many ruptures. There's 11 up right now, and I'm going to go for, I think, 1 more medium once she plays aggressively, because she was not playing into my hands at all. So there, 30k, 30k, 3,000. So that was about a, 60-something thousand. That was a 16k and then a 36k. So that was over around 120 to 140,000 damage in one rotation. So it's actually pretty solid once you get into it. You just have to be very lucky, or much luckier than I was in this fight, because you saw she was not throwing her specials for whatever reason. And I don't know what happened. The fight paused itself, but it was fine. I got right back into it. Back up to 7 stacks of Wrath, so we're about to enter it soon. I think you can usually enter it once you're at 8 or above, so it's just kind of random. Right now I'm at 8. I enter it. I'm going to do mediums till I'm almost at a special 3, and then I'm going to throw the special 2 for some damage. I thought she was going to intercept, so I did it into her block, which was not that good. Got hit, a little beat up here, but then I go for 14, 93k, 34k, big damage, and then I go for 1 more, 13k, 36k, 4K. So the damage on Sasquatch is just so nice. That was about a 200,000 damage loop. So you can see that it does vary depending on the crits, because when you crit, it goes absolutely bonkers. But even when you don't, it's not awful damage, but you do want to have enough ruptures stacked up so it does feel like a lot more than what you're doing. So right here, go for the ending blow, and it's at 1%. Just go let the ruptures take down, and then with a heavy attack. So that is how you play Sasquatch without the long rotation. It was about 20 seconds faster, believe it or not, but that is usually how you want to play him. So I'm going to show that rotation for the rest of the fights, because he really does only use that other rotation for big health pools where there's no damage cap, which I'll also be showing a video on that later today. So this is just a standard Cav EQ opponent against Agent Venom. This is the Mystic path, or the Mystic like buffed up node, but it just does not affect Sasquatch at all. He has no benefits to this node, so he'll never gain the Furies because he doesn't have a power drain, which is kind of annoying, but it's still plenty of damage to get through these fights easily. So you can see I'm just refreshing the ruptures with my special 1, and I'm building up to Wrath of Tanarak as fast as possible so that I can just try and nuke this Agent Venom down, throw some heavy attacks in the corner. It actually has great synergy when you're in the corner because they're never going to miss. So there I'm at 1 rupture still, which is quite unfortunate, but once I enter Wrath, I'm just going to go crazy with my medium attacks. And right here, I'm about to enter it after the special 1, so I have 2 ruptures up finally. And right here, after these light hits, we're in Wrath. So we're going to see how much damage we can get in this short amount of time. My ruptures are getting close to falling off. They're about 3/4 left. So I do want to get that special 2 as fast as I can. And I'm going to throw it off for some solid damage right here. So 34k, 12k, 2k. So that was about 50k special 2 with not an ideal setup at all, because in the beginning I was not getting any stacks. And right there, I just missed Wrath. It was an 8 and 20k parts of it, but if I was in Wrath, it would have been so much more damage, and it might have finished the fight, or came very close to finishing the fight. So now I just gotta do 1 more rotation. So once again, standard 5-hit combos, build up the Wrath stacks, and this is already brighter RNG because you can see I'm at 4 stacks of rupture, and I'm only at 3 of the Wrath stacks. So right there, just build up quickly to 6. It is a very RNG based champion in the terms that you need to get the ruptures. You need to like manage how you stack the Wraths, because you don't want to enter too early, and you want to have enough ruptures up when you do enter. Now here you throw special 2, so they're all going to fall off, which once again is quite unfortunate. This definitely wasn't the best fight, but I still wanted to include it because it can show you that even when things go wrong, Sasquatch can still get it done. So right there, that was enough damage, around a 40k special 2 to finish this fight off. So I'm just going to do 1 more of these monthly Cavalier fights. It's going to be against Karnak, so no class advantage or anything. Just completely standard, no help from anywhere else outside of class boosts. This is it. So this is another standard rotation, and you're just going to see it here. So we're going to start with 5 combos. I did go for a heavy, and I missed because I did not realize the node on Karnak, but it's fine. I don't really read nodes. Right here, we're getting a little bit unlucky, not getting any ruptures yet, but I get my first one finally. And they don't tick for a lot of damage in this Cavalier monthly quest because they have the protection on them, so they're not going to be doing as much damage as they would in like Roma Legends or other fights, because just that node. But you can see we're at 3 with 6 stacks of Wrath, so it's not a bad setup. I would like to get up to around 5. That's usually my sweet spot when I enter Wrath, because then I can build up to around like 11 or 13 ruptures and throw off the special 2 so I get the most damage possible. Right now I'm still at 4, waiting for that last one. Don't get it, but I'm going to go for the special 1 to refresh all them. And then once that's done, I'll probably have enough rage to enter Wrath. So right here, refresh them with special 1. And I didn't throw any light attacks here because I wanted to get at least 1 more rupture up before I entered Wrath, but it just was not working. It was not playing into my hand. So I'm just building the Wrath naturally now, and I think I'm just going to go into it right here. So I'm at 7 stacks. And right here, throw a special 1 to refresh, or else I would not have had any damage on that special 2. So you just got to be very mindful of, if you don't think you're going to get the special 2 in, then just throw a special 1 to refresh, like right there. I'm just trying to get as many stacks up right now of rupture as I can, so I can have a big special 2. This is 15, and I'm going to get up to 17. Just chuck it off. 17k, 16k, 2k. So it was very unfortunate that I did not crit anywhere, because that 100% would have killed Karnak. The crits on Sasquatch just go so crazy, so it's quite unfortunate. But once again, it shows you that just because you fail to get the luck in a match doesn't mean that the match is screwed up. And one thing I also do want to point out is that if the opponent is blocking and you're in Wrath of Tanarak, you can actually throw your special one into their block, and then you can stun them. So that is really, really great when you're in Wrath. You just throw a special one when they're blocking, and then you can get in around, 3 medium combos. That'll give them 6 stacks of Rupture, which is actually really useful. I don't use it in this part of the fight because I didn't really realize it until later in the day, but it's fine. We're about to finish this one off here with 2 more mediums and then a special 2. So I just love playing Sasquatch. It's very fun because even when you don't get the right setup, you can still see some crazy numbers off of him. So final gameplay we're going to do is some riffs. Alright, so here we are with our last 2 fights of today, and these are in the Legendary Rift side event. So this is kind of like a really good health range for Sasquatch. You can nuke these opponents down in like 1 cycle because they're between like 90 and 150,000 health, so he just works absolutely perfectly in that range because 1 special 2 is usually enough, but if you need 2, it's definitely enough. So we're going to play normally like we do, not the super long fight way, the same 5-hit combos, refresh special 1 until we get to Wrath, and then just spam special 2s. So right now Falcon is dropping pretty quickly. He's at 84%, which is not bad considering it's just Sasquatch base combos, but you have to remember that this is a much lower health pool than any other parts of the game, so it's not very realistic for him to be doing this much percentage off because it's just a higher health pool. So right here I enter Wrath with not that many Ruptures up, so hopefully I can get enough. So I'm at 4 right now, going to throw a special 1 to refresh them all, and I think I try and go for the big nuke, just 1 huge special 2 to finish the fight. For some reason my medium didn't connect after that special 2, which I don't know why, but I get the special 2 off, 52,000, 53,000, and the last hit I didn't see. Doesn't matter though because that was 100,000 special 2 with not that many stacks of Rupture up, which is absolutely insane. And so our last fight is just going to be another Thor fight with the Sasquatch. Boy, I just really like this guy. I know he isn't the greatest, like I've said in my favorite champions video, he came in at like 14th. I just really like champions that have like an infinite, like theoretically, they have an infinite damage ramp up, so they can always hit for more, and you never really get to see the true cap of their damage. So yeah, I just find him very satisfying to play, and that is why I kept him up this high. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, this quick Sasquatch gameplay. I do have a video later coming out, which is actually him doing a skilled fight that isn't just like easy Rumble Legends, just so I can put off like more damage and show you how good this guy can actually be in certain scenarios. So we're going to finish it with special 2 right there, and yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.